Hi. Now, if you're like me, then A, you like music, and B, stop being like me, that's weird. And if you're also like me, then A, you hyperfixate on artists, and B, please stop, this is identity theft. Now, today we're going to be talking about the first artist I've ever obsessed over. Okay, well maybe not the first. Today we're going to be talking about none other than, drumroll, Panic at the Disco. I mean, you read the title, what did you expect, mom jeans? Now, I used to be the biggest Panic meat writer ever. I was in the top 0.005% of all Panic fans on Spotify, and I even bragged about it on my Instagram, because I used to think that everyone loved Panic. And boy was I very, very wrong. So it turns out that saying the N-word in a Vine and also wearing really, really tight pants during a live show makes people not like you. But regardless of anything Brendan has ever done, I still loved Panic's music. So much, in fact, that I clawed my way around the internet and found every single unreleased song they've ever made and downloaded it. So with that being said, I wanted to properly sit down and go through every single album they've ever released so I can rate their music and maybe get a bug out of my head. So sit back, grab your cold blue raspberry flavored Lost Mary, and enjoy the video. Here's where you insert a song from the album. Ah yes, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. What a classic 2000s emo album that's often grouped with Raised by Wolves and The Black Parade. You know, I've had a funny history with this album. You see, I used to hate emo music. Yeah, I know, Mr. .005 hated the whole album for about a year and a half before realizing, oh wait, this sounds better than pop. But despite that, I somehow got around to listening to it, and wow, did I change for the better. Fun fact, did you know the only merch shown on the Spotify tab for this album is a Funko Pop? It's an introduction. Before we talk about the actual music, let's look at the title. The only difference between a martyrdom and suicide is press coverage. What a mouthful. Do you think they ever said those words in that order in the song at all? Well, the answer is no, but you do get a taste of how they like to title their music in this album. I like this song a lot. I think it's one of the more catchy songs. And this, it gets a 9 out of 10. Come on, man. I mean, who thought of these? Because I know it was not Brendan. The only thing I really loved about the song was the chorus, but the rest is just okay, so it gets a 6. Nails for Breakfast is way better than London Beckons tenfold, but somehow it has less plays. I think you'd understand why when you hear the heavily auto-tuned singing in the verses. I'm not sure what inspired them to do this, but it's always rubs me the wrong way. I love the chorus though, 8 out of 10. Finally, a normal sounding song title in a language I don't know. This one has less singability from the others outside the chorus. It's a lot like, I was abused as a child and now I'm forced to pay taxes. I don't know, I can't sing it. Thus giving it a 6 out of 10. We're getting there, sounds normal enough. One of the more forgettable songs in this album, in my opinion, but I really love the chorus a lot, and for the life of me, I cannot remember that it's an actual song. It gets a 10. I got so bored of dragging the same, 5 PNGs over and over again and voicing over while reading a script. I just decided to change up the video. This is unscripted. You're just getting me. And so, without breaking the flow too much, we're just gonna go down the list and keep talking. Lying is the most fun a girl can have without taking her clothes off. Now, I'm not really in the demographic for the song, if you would say. I'm not a woman, so you know, I don't think about Brendan Urie in bed. I don't. Trust me, I don't. So, you know, it's kind of awkward listening to him moan in my ear in a way. He's like, "Is this to me that makes you sweat, mate?" It's like, no, it doesn't. No, you aren't. But I like the chorus, and so it gets a what, a 6 for me? It gets a 6. Intermission. It's an intermission. But it's better if you do. It's okay. I like it. It's alright. It's, I don't know, it's one of those miscellaneous songs where it's I'll hear it and I'll sing to it and I know the words, but it's nothing special. And so, you know what, it gets a 7 from me. It gets a 7. I write sins, not tragedies. We all know this song. Some of us like it, some of us don't. I like it. That's it. I like it. It's a good song. It's really cool to sing. I'll give it a 9. I constantly thank God for Esteban. It's good. It's alright. I like it. 7. There's a good reason these tables are numbered, honey. You just haven't thought of it yet. It's alright. It's good. I lump it in the same category of but it's better if you do. It's just a song, and I know the words, and like, I don't know, it's a song and I know the words. 7. And then Build God, Then We'll Talk. It's like, I think this is my least favorite song in this whole album. For no particular reason, I just don't like it as much. So I'll give it a 5. And there you have it. We did the entirety of their very first album, which is great. Fantastic progress. Great album too. Up next on the list, we have Pretty Odd, released in 2008. Now, I don't know what genre of music Pretty Odd is, but it's not emo. It's not emo rock. It's something else. It's more acoustic than it is guitar emo. So with that being said, we're just gonna go through it right now. First song, We're So Starving. I like it. It's a good song. It's an introduction song. It kind of breaks the fourth wall, but that doesn't really matter. It's a good song. Am I in frame? I'll give it a 6. 9 in the Afternoon. 7. 8. It gets an 8. I like it. I like 9 in the Afternoon. She's a Handsome Woman. 10. Instantly. Do you know what I'm seeing? It also gets a 10. It also gets a 10. The Green Gentleman. 10 again. You know what? It gets a 10, because I really like it. You know, for an album I'm not really a fan of, they've got some fire songs that I do like. What's next? I Have Friends in Holy Spaces. It's a 7. I don't know. It's just a song. It's got some filter on it. It's pretty short. It's more of like an intermission, but instead of, you know, random noise, it's actually a thing you can sing. Am I recording right now? Northern Downpour. I'll give it a 5, because it's a good song, but I don't have it added on any of my playlists. But like my DJ guy on Spotify, he'll play it sometimes, and I'm like, I guess I know this song, so you know. When the Day Met the Night, 4, not a fan. Pasta Shovel, 4, not a fan. The Piano Knows Something I Don't, 6. I'll give that one a 6. I like it. It's a pretty good song. It gets a 6. Behind the Sea, 4. I'm not a big fan. Folkin' Around, peak. That's the best song of this album. I would give it an 11 if I could. It gets an 11, actually. I can do that. It gets an 11. She Had the World, 4. From the Mountain in the Middle of the Cabins, 5. I'll give it a 5. Mad as Rabbits, 5 again. I'll give it a 5. Isn't it crazy? We just covered a whole album in like 30 seconds. It took the first album like 6 whole minutes. Can you believe the progress we've made? Wow. I'm so proud of us. I'm gonna skip the Live in Chicago album, because that's just all their music but live. Oh, he sung it worse because there was no auto-tune. We're skipping that one. We're moving on to Vices and Virtues. Their 2011 album. I like this one. Review time. I like this one. It's pretty good. It's not emo rock, but it's more poppy than Pretty Odd was, which I enjoy. Don't get me wrong. I like some pop. You'll see that in a minute. You'll see that in a good minute when we get to the pop albums. It's a pretty good album. I like it. That's all I have to say for its entirety. On to the music. The Ballad of Mona Lisa, 7. I think I'm gonna stop giving you like my little tidbits. It's a good song. Unless I have something to say, I'll just start giving you numbers just to make things quicker. You have something to do, I'm sure. Let's Kill Tonight, 5. Hurricane, we'll give that one an 8. Memories, 10. Peak. Trade Mistakes, 5. It's okay, but I like it. Ready to Go, 8. Great song. I do like the live version that he sang in the Death of a Bachelor live album tour thing that he released, which is cool. I don't know, side rant. I don't know why Panic decided that they would only release 2 live albums, even though I feel like their Pray for the Wicked live and their like Viva Las Vengeance live would have been good, because they sing songs from I think all of their albums. It's not album exclusive. Like I want a live version of Dancing Is Not a Crime, because that's a good song. Anyways, that's my gripe. Always, Peak, great song. That's how you make a slow song that sounds good. I'm not saying Northern Downpour is bad. I'm just saying I like Always a lot more. Did I give it a number? 9. It gets a 9. The Calendar, 8. I like The Calendar. Sarah Smiles, 7.5. And then Nearly Witches, I'll give that one a 7. That gets a 7 from me. And that is the entirety of Vices and Virtues. Now on to their 2013 album, Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. Great album. What I will say about this one is I like the feel of it. There's a lot of voice effects in these songs. It gives off a more robot-y tone. I'm just autistic and I notice these things. Anyways, This Is Gospel, peak, 10 out of 10. Miss Jackson, 8. Vegas Lights, 7. Girl That You Love, 5. It's okay. Nicotine, that gets a 9. Girls, Girls, Boys, that gets an 8. Casual Affair, peak, 10. Far Too Young to Die, 9. Colorful, 7. And End of All Things, 6. Because it's like an exit song. I don't know. Random trivia, if you didn't know. Hold on, I gotta pull it up. There is a hidden EP that Panic released that isn't really on Spotify. You can find the songs, but they're not under the Panic discography, which is the weirdest things, because they're good songs. They are All the Boys and Can't Fight Against the Youth. I'm pretty sure those were both on the Nicotine EP, which is the EP for Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. Other way around. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and lump those two together. All the Boys, 7, good song. And Can't Fight Against the Youth, 6, because I like it less. Oh, wait! Speaking of unreleased songs, rewind to Vices and Virtues. We're going back in time. Woo, we're going back in time. There are some unreleased / deluxe edition songs for Vices and Virtues. Alright, hold on, let me show this to you. So, on my local files, I decided that, like, hey, it'd be really cool if Panic released another album. And so I made a new one for them, and I put all of their, like, unreleased songs on there, including, like, covers that they did, but they just never released. And so I don't really know which unreleased songs go to which album, so we're just gonna guess. We're gonna save this for last, actually. You know what? I'm pulling a power play here. We're saving this for last. Okay. Next album, Death of a Bachelor. The beginning of the pop era. And to most people, beginning of the fall, because when Panic went pop, plane crash, explosions everywhere. And I'm gonna make this really hard for me to edit. Explosions. Anyways, Death of a Bachelor. Victorious, 8. Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time, 9. Hallelujah, 9. Emperor's New Clothes, 9. Death of a Bachelor, 10. Crazy Eagle Genius, 8. LA Devotee, 9. 10 actually. That gets a 10. Golden Days, 10. The Good, the Bad, and the Dirty, 8. House of Memories. I used to really love that song before I got really into Panic. I listened to it in like 2020-ish. 2019, 2020. Before like it got slowed down and reverbed and then it became really popular or whatever. And I give it a 9 for that. A lot of memories. Impossible Year, 8. Surprisingly good for a closing song. Surprisingly good for a closing song. That's all I have to say. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the final stretch. We're gonna skip the All My Friends Were Glorious Death of a Bachelor tour live. We're gonna skip that one because it's just a bunch of his songs, but live. We're gonna go to Pray for the Wicked, released in 2018. Can you believe it? Wow. I can't. Silver Lining, I'll give a 7. Say Amen, we'll give it an 8. That gets an 8. Hey Look Ma, I Made It, 6. High Hopes, 0. I don't like that song at all. Roaring Twenties, 7. We'll give it a 7. Dancing's Not a Crime, 10. One of the Drunks, 7. The Overpass, 8. King of the Clouds, 10. Old Fashioned, 7. And then Dying in LA, 3. I didn't like Dying in LA. It's the only song of this whole album I don't have added onto a playlist. That's pretty funny. And like that, we've reached the last official album, and then after that we'll go over my custom ones because I made like 3, I think. Viva Las Vengeance, their most controversial album, not because the N-word was said or anything, but because it was just a bad album. Or at least it was bad to a lot of people because they were expecting like more emo stuff or more pop stuff from Panic, and Brendan decided to go, no, we're gonna do this random genre that I don't really know about. Like, I don't know what genre this album is. It's just a bunch of music. Anyways, Viva Las Vengeance, 9. Middle of a Breakup, 3. Don't Let the Light Go Out, 8. Local God, 6. Star Spangled Banger, 5. God Killed Rock and Roll, 5 is, no, 6, because I like that more than Star Spangled. Say It Louder, 6. Sugar Soaker, 5. Something About Maggie, 8. Sad Clown, 10. I like Sad Clown. All By Yourself, 7. And finally, Do It to Death, 9. I like Do It to Death. I really like that one, actually. And like that, those are all of their officially released music. I'll put the average of all of the ratings on screen, and then here they are, and then here's the average of all of their songs from all of their albums out of 10 right here. Ta-da! So those are my thoughts. Those are all of the songs. We did it. Wow. Give yourself a round of applause for staying this long in the video. I'll give myself one because I made it. It took me, you know what, I started this video the 10th of November. Alexa, what day is it? It's December 15th. It's been more than a month since I started making this video, and I'm just now finishing it. I'm not even finished yet. I have to edit this. I'll let you know how that goes. Anyways, thanks for watching, I guess. Comment which artists you want me to review next. I kind of have some direction I want to go. Like Melanie Martinez, she's cool. Ricky Montgomery, he's cool. Falling in Reverse, he's cool, I guess. And then I'll figure it out. But if you have an artist you're like, oh my gosh, do TV Girl, then I guess I'll do TV Girl or whatever. That's it. Thank you. And like always, make sure to wear socks when you go outside.